right, quite often we have to create a sequence of numbers, and so, and definitely in part B, we have to do a long sequence of numbers. This could get really bad if you had to type them all in, so I wanted to show a couple of ways to quickly make sequences of numbers. You know, I might do something like label this as trial, and then I need a 1 and a 2 and so forth like that. I think I'm going to center this first, so I'll center that just so you can see the numbers a little better. So I put in the 1 and the 2. Once I have a couple of numbers in the pattern I want, which is going up by ones, I can go over here to this small black dot at the bottom right corner of what I've highlighted, and I can hover over it. My cursor changes from a pointer to a cross, and I click on it and hold and just start dragging down, and notice the little black box beside there says 11, so I know if I let go I get 11. If I grab onto it again, there's 19 and so forth, and you see I can just drag down and go as far as I need to. You need to go to 1,000 in part B, and so there I'm at 693. So it's that simple and reasonably quick to fill in all those numbers, and again you just grab and you go down here and it starts filling in. Okay, now I'm going to go way up here so it unfills, and so I'm going to go to the top and it's going back up, and the whole reason is I'll just stop here at 25, so there's 25. So there's one way, and that pattern doesn't have to go up by ones. Suppose I need to go by threes, so I start at 1, go to 4, so I'm adding 3 each time. I'm going to center a few of these so we can see them. So I want to go 1, 4, 7, 10, something like that. Highlight the 2 of them, and again, if I just drag that down, you see it follows the pattern I was talking about. Now what's nice is once I have numbers filled in, I can fill things in even quicker beside one column. So for instance, suppose I wanted another 1, 2 right here, and I highlight that. Now if instead of clicking and holding and dragging down, if I just double click on that little dot there, it will fill in this column as far as I have data in the column next to it. So I double click and it just filled in that pattern down to 25. Now we'll also see you can do that with a formula, and also a formula can be used to set the pattern. So again, suppose I want 1 and then I want to go up by ones. So I'll say equals to do a formula. That means I want to calculate something, and all I want to do to go up by ones is take the previous number. So go up here to the cell above me, click on it. That says cell D2, so this formula says equals D2, whatever that value is in D2, and then plus 1, and there's 2. And I can fill that in all sorts of ways. Now I don't want to fill in the 1 because that's just a 1, but the formula part, if I grab onto that as I did before and I just drag down, it updates the formula. So here the formula says D5 plus 1. Well, yeah, so it's just looking to the cell right above it, because that's how it worked before. When I did the 2, it looked at D2, the cell right above it. These are relative cell references, and so they update that way. So I could also, though, do the double click thing, and so I go over here to the bottom right, double click, and it fills everything in. I could also use a copy and paste. So suppose I want to do the going up by 3 each time. So there's 1, then equals that cell E2 plus 3. I enter that. And now I could do the double click, I could do the fill and drag, but I could also copy, and there are a number of ways to copy. I could highlight all this below it, and whoops, I got to be in there to do that. So highlight all this below it, right click and say paste, and there it filled my pattern in, but now again it's with a formula that if I wanted I could update. So the formula's got advantages. I think the pattern part, where you just type in a few numbers and then fill in using the pattern, I think it has advantages. But either of those will allow you to very quickly fill in a column, or for that matter a row of numbers. So notice here I've got 2 and 4. Well, actually I put those in with formulas, so those would do weird things. So say I want to start over here with 2 and 3, that sort of thing, and I want to go 1, 2, 3 that way. I can do it sideways and just go over like that. Now, what I don't have in doing sideways is the double click thing. If I double click, it goes down, it does not go sideways. But I can fill in or do copy and paste going sideways as well as down.